2MB का ये है कि मिकाइल और ब्रैंडन जीते थे उससे अननोन क्रू से, वो लंबे बाल वालों को उन्होंने हराया था बहुत गंदी तरह से। उसके बाद जो है, उसके बाद EXD जो है वो वापस रिजॉइन हो गया था।
And this, for, I mean, to be honest, I think it's kind of fucking selfish, but anyway, this became the resurgence of EXD crew. Not selfish on 2MB's side, but I mean, to be honest, EXD was always like this, you know. ये शायद पार्ट निकाल काट दे, लेकिन जो बात है वो बात है। EXD हमेशा से ऐसे था कि जब कोई EXD का बंदा जीतेगा या कोई बहुत बाप लेवल पे आने लग जाएगा या कोई बहुत टाइट डांस करने लग जाएगा तो क्रू वापस आ जाएगा, डिनर वापस शुरू हो जाएंगे, मीटअप शुरू हो जाएंगे, स्लीप ओवर शुरू हो जाएंगे। So I mean, it was, to be honest, it was less of a crew, it was more of a dance theme. But खैर crew की resurgence हुई।
हेलो। सो मैं फिर कंटिन्यू करता हूँ स्टोरी। तो बेसिकली हुआ ये कि उसके बाद हमें पता चला कि ब्रैंडन और मिकाइल ने एक टीम फॉर्म किया है जिसका नाम है 2MB, और फिर हुआ एक टूर्नामेंट एट्रियम में जिसके अंदर दे टुक अ पार्ट। हम लोगों ने बोला चलो चलते हैं देखते हैं। ऑब्वियसली क्रू की वो हाइप नहीं थी, हम लोग प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे थे, काफ़ी कुछ था, लेकिन वो दोनों प्रैक्टिस में थे क्योंकि एक चीज़ जो थी मिकाइल के अंदर वो ये थी कि ही ट्राइड हिज लेवल बेस्ट, कि वो he always wanted to compete for Red Bull, or like he always had, you know, big dreams जिसके पीछे वो लगा रहता था। Whether he never blamed the floor, he whenever I saw him, you know, he always had this thing कि यार मैं practice करूँगा, I want to compete, I want the title and stuff like that.
So I called up Adil and I told Adil, I said, yaar, I need a partner, will you be my partner? And we went through as the Cookie Monsters. And we got kicked out in the first round by Kevin and Tipu. And that fucking shook me, as my ego fell to the floor like in a second, because I realized that I'm not that good on my own. You know, all of 2013, the ball lifting that people told me that, oh, you carry EXD is on your shoulders, and I kind of realized it's not. And I'm nothing without my crew because I kind of suck platypus shit. But to my surprise, Brandon and Mikhail competed in that very same tournament. And the same people that kicked us out in the first round, Mikhail smoked their asses alone. So, you know, I kind of at that point in time realized, you know, that yeah, Brandon was there with him and they had that support, they had that motivation. 2MB was on fire that night. And I think at the end of that tournament, when they won, when their hands were raised as champions, you know, Sid looked at me and he was like, are we ready to fix things or not? And I kind of realized I could not lift my head anymore. But what I could do was I could lift my head and congratulate those two boys that said that they were going to do it, and they did it.
December 28, 2014. Me and Brandon go in 2MB, when and Adil go in Cookie Monsters. And we are like, what if we face them, you know? They get kicked out in the first round and they had a better chance of winning than us. They get whooped in the first round. No hands down, they got whooped. Tipu's air flare, my god. We win our first round, Brandon's crashing. We win our second round, Brandon's still crashing. Basically, all the way till your semi-final, I carried the tournament. I'll proudly say it, Brandon, I don't care what you think about this. So, of course, yeah, he pulled through in the final. No crashes, clean as a whistle. He had it. The funny part is, to the whole tournament, on the way to that tournament, during that tournament, all I kept saying was we were going to lose. Because there was no way, I did not think we could win, especially in the semi-final when we came up against Kevin and Tipu. Came up against a known crew for the second time as a duo. I never thought we'll get redemption. We got redemption. We freaking won. And we fucking won. And then we went on to the final and we fucking won again. And that was 2MB. 2MB got the first duo title. What is funny is that sparked a resurgence for EXD.
So that championship really meant a lot to me and Mikhail because we managed to do something apart from the entire crew side. And at that point in time, the entire crew was not together. They were all split up. Everybody went their own ways at that point. But that time that we were, you know, they saw the vote and we won and the crowd cheered, our crew was present there at that point. And that's where it ignited a spark between everybody.
At the time me and Dwayne were talking, I didn't like Sid. I think I got along only with Cyril. Me and Brandon were obviously close. Modest, Brandon and Dwayne were talking. Either Modest was here and there, here and there. Adil was also. Adil, we don't even know where you are, man, during half of these stories. But they lifted us up high and they were like, the crew's, let's bring the crew back. We went upstairs in the food court and Dwayne is, you know, like, I'm already telling Brandon, I'm like, we won and now these guys are just lifting our balls all around the place. Just because we won. Because this is their resurgence. So Brandon was like, yeah. And Brandon's laughing about it too. And we're laughing because these guys are just lifting our balls because we won. Anyway, in the end, of course, we put our egos aside. Brought EXD back. But I had different plans this time. And for once, Dwayne, we saw eye to eye and made good decisions.